All right, everybody, welcome back for another round of Reignmaker's UFC pack breaks. I'm super excited to be here with you all tonight. This is actually our third show. We're going to have our third and our fourth shows tonight, back to back. Thank you guys for being here. For those of you that have not participated in our UFC pack breaks, I'm going to break down what you can expect for tonight's stream. We have an insanely exciting UFC 284 coming up with a crazy headline that I can't wait to get to. But hopefully tonight is just as exciting, just as jam-packed with action, and we pull you guys some huge UFC Reignmaker player cards. Okay, so here's how it's going to work tonight. First off, break number one, we're going to get going in just a moment here. And then once we're done with break one, we are then going to do our hit draft. What do I mean by hit draft? So all of the cards that come out of tonight's break, that is a total of 40 cards, are going to get drafted by you based on the ticket number and the ticket edition that you purchased. If you have ticket number 5, you'll get pick number 5. If you have ticket number 1, you get first pick. It is a snake draft, however. So when we get to the end of the first round to spot 10 will pick back-to-back. So they'll go 10, 11, and then we'll work our way all the way back down the draft board. Okay? Again, to talk through what these breaks are made up of tonight, I'm actually really excited because we have a little bit different of a makeup for both pack breaks. Both shows tonight, both breaks within both shows are going to be made up of 4 premium Genesis packs and 4 standard Genesis packs. So 4 of each, 8 packs total. And each of you is going to have the ability to select the number of cards based on the number of tickets you hold. Some people hold multiple tickets. Some people hold 1. So make sure that you're paying attention. Do not leave the screen. Be there when your pick is up, and we'll keep this baby moving right along. Okay? With that said, I have a lot to cover, a lot I want to get to tonight, but we can cover a lot of that while we're drafting. Let's get to the packs. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's have some fun. Is my marketplace team ready to rock? Let's do it. All right, here we go, guys. This is our first standard pack of break number 1 tonight. Let's get to it. Good luck. We have, all right, very nice. We'll start there. We have a Firo, Sarukian, Muhammad, a Bilal Muhammad, nice. A Rakic, Alexander Rakic, and a Chris Duncan rare. All right, we'll take that. Standard pack number 2. And guys, remember, our team is putting together after this break a list that will allow you to pay attention to what's been pulled. You do not have to follow along and remember everything you see on your screen. Rakic core, Robert Whittaker core, Max Holloway core, very nice. Johnny Walker core, we like that. And a rare Dominic Cruz, we like that as well. Coming up, our next standard. We have an elite. Okay, we have an elite. Let's go. A core Morozov. A core Jan Zonan. Very nice. Sean Strickland core. A rare Hadley. And a Stephen Thompson elite. Very nice. Very nice. All right, here we go. 5 cores. 5 cores. We've had better. Tuitai Avosa. Alex Pereira. Very nice. Jack Shore. A Dumont, and a Darren Till. Moving right along. Our first premium pack of break 1, guys. Good luck. I need a Reignmaker tonight. We've got 4 rare and an elite. All right, Edwards, rare. A Duplessis, rare. A Macy Barber, rare. Okay. A Jeff Neal, rare. And our elite is, yes, Said Nurmagomedov. Very nice. Very nice. Speaking of Nurmagomedov, there is a close family friend of the Nurmagomedovs fighting in the upcoming UFC event. Here we go. Mendonça, excuse me. Tom Aspinall, elite. We have a legendary coming up, folks. Duplessis, elite. Aldana, elite. And our legendary, good luck, guys. Umar Nurmagomedov, legendary. Nice pull. Oh, hey, legendaries are legendaries. Love that. Another legendary coming up, folks. 2 rares, 2 elites, and a legendary. Our first rare, Bahamondes, a Charles Oliveira rare, very nice. Marlon Vera rare, elite. Munoz, elite. And a legendary, Dos Anjos. Okay. And our final pack, guys. Good luck. Our final pack. One time. All right, 2 elite, 2 rare, and a legendary. Starting with the rare, Usman, very nice. Mariano Rodriguez, very nice. Spivak, winner of a UFC Fight Night the other night. Nice elite Usman. Great card right there. And bang, legendary Max Holloway. Awesome, awesome, awesome way to finish. All right, guys, so here's how it works. The team is going to put together our list that we are then going to share on the screen that will allow you to follow along as the draft takes place. I will, of course, announce the draft. You will likely become annoyed by my voice by the end of this show. Not to worry. Feel free to sound off in the Discord and talk as much smack as you want. All right? But we are going to have some fun here. I do want to cover a couple of things as the team gets that list ready for you. A couple of talking points, if you will. First and foremost, the 284 UFC 284 storyline is pretty remarkable. Maybe one of the biggest UFC matchups as far as headliners goes that we've waited for in a long time. We have Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski going head-to-head. Oh, my goodness. The #1 lightweight champ and the #2 pound-for-pound Makhachev is your favorite, taking on the #1 pound-for-pound and the #1 featherweight, Alexander Volkanovski. I can't remember a better matchup. I certainly can remember maybe more exciting fighters, individual fighters. But when you put these two together, this might be the greatest matchup I can remember. You've got Makhachev coming off 11 straight in the second longest streak in the entire promotion. He's got a 23-1 MMA record. He hasn't lost in over 7 years. This guy has not lost a fight in over 7 years. Speed, fight, heart. He's an underrated grappler. He uses leg kicks. He's got quick boxing combinations. He's a machine, okay? There's 4 straight stoppage wins in Makhachev fights en route to the title fight against Oliveira. So if you remember, he did win via submission in the second round against Oliveira. And he was named the next one by Khabib. If you're named the next one by Khabib, you might actually be the next one. He is close with Khabib. Khabib is longtime teammate and coach and, of course, friend. And this is going to be his first fight with the title on the line. So a lot to be excited for there. But Alexander Volkanovski is going to have a little bit to say about that. A 25-1 MMA record, perfect 12-0 in the UFC, a 22-fight winning streak. Wow. And he's earned the 4th successful featherweight title defense, or he earned his 4th successful featherweight title defense, in July when he just annihilated Max Holloway. He's beaten Jose Aldo. He's beaten Brian Ortega. He's beaten Holloway, of course, 3 times. He does have a size advantage. For those of you that follow both fighters, he does have a size advantage over Makhachev. He's a super high-level kickboxer, and he's well-rounded both on the ground and standing up. And he's fighting on home turf. UFC 284 is in Australia. He's fighting on his home turf, and he's gotten better and better with each fight. So pretty incredible. Hasn't lost in nearly 10 years. For some reason, it feels like Makhachev is the more hyped, the more exciting, the more sought-after fighter. Volkanovski, you can't say much less about him, though. He's right there. Makhachev scares me, but my goodness, what a fight. Guys, in the Discord, please sound off. Let us know what you guys think about this headlining fight. Quick high-level points. I'll get into more detail shortly. Co-main event is going to be in the featherweight division. You've got Yair Rodriguez and Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett, if you remember, recently beat Rob Font. I personally happen to disagree with the decision in that fight. I do feel like Rob Font took that fight home. I am biased. Rob Font, a buddy of mine, Rob Font, Calvin Cater, I apologize. Rob Font and Calvin Cater, both buddies of mine, just got them mixed up. But Calvin Cater, I feel like, did beat Emmett in that fight. Didn't get the decision, unfortunately. Is what it is. Here comes Josh Emmett taking on Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez is the favorite in that fight. Again, we'll touch on more details shortly. The welterweight bout underneath that, Jack Della and Maddalena and Randy Brown are going at it. Both looking to climb the welterweight ranks. You are looking at Della Maddalena as a favorite. And then in the heavyweight division, you have Justin Tafa and Parker Porter. You've got Tafa as your favorite in that fight. And in the light heavyweight division, Jimmy Crute and Alonzo Menefield. You've got Crute as your favorite there. We'll talk about prelims in a little bit. But with that said, our team might be nearly ready with the list. I'll wait on our team to confirm that. Where are we at on the marketplace side, guys? Might need another minute here. 2 minutes. No problem. Let's quickly talk about the competitions, or the contests, I should say, that you can enter coming up. You've got, obviously, the UFC 284 standard competitions. There's over $125,000 in total prizing going across all tiers. So that's very exciting. And then there is the portfolio gated contest that you all should be looking for coming up for UFC 284. The requirements to enter that portfolio gated contest. Pack requirements, or I should say card requirements, are going to be Genesis release, okay? From either standard, premium, or add-on packs, any of those packs under the Genesis kit, okay? Or from the secondary, I should say. You do need to hold 15 or more Genesis lightweight fighter game cards. That's a caveat. So you do have to hold 15 or more lightweight fighter game cards from the Genesis set. You also it does not have to be unique fighters. You can have duplicates. That is a huge help in that category. The cards can be across any rarity tier, any edition. And it is, however, a single entry contest, okay? Fighters don't need to be in the lineup, though, so any of those cards will qualify. And for prizing, the reason you are entering that contest, first place is going to get the full VIP package, including access to the UFC 286 at the O2 Arena in London. Whoa. Reserved seating at weigh-ins, weigh-in meet and greet opportunities, which are going to be first come, first serve. And then there's also the private VIP entrance at the O2 Arena in London. No big deal, just a VIP entrance. How you doing? 2-section A1 row seat tickets to the 286 event, in-venue hospitality with UFC fighter appearances, the Friday night post-weigh-in VIP party. The list is so long. Exclusive UFC VIP lanyards, commemorative credentials, post-fight octagon experiences, a $10,000 travel credit. Whew. Entire package, retail value roughly $24,000. And then finishers that rank number 2 through number 101. So number 2 through 101. Your number 1 is going on this ridiculous trip and having this incredible UFC experience. But ranks 2 through 101 are each going to receive one Reignmaker UFC Fight Night event pack. Biggest names to pull. Okay? Okay. Everybody good? We good with that? It's a lot of information, but that's an exciting prize. I mean, I wouldn't mind going to UFC in London and having everything taken care of for me and having a chance to meet all the fighters. I mean, whoa. Anyways, yikes. All right, let's get our draft started, guys. First and foremost, as you are aware, we do bring up the screen. As you see on the screen is our list. Thank you to our marketplace team for crafting this list. As you can see, all of the cards are categorized and organized by tier and also by edition. Okay, let's go to the board. Pick 1 in tonight's first hit draft is going to be Tug Life 2. Tug Life 2, you are on the clock. First pick is yours. I wish this is where like we need like that TikTok sound effect. Okay, just saying. Hey, team, quick note on the whiteboard. TikTok sound effect. All right, pick 1 is in, folks. Tug Life 2 is going with the legendary Max Holloway, edition number 3. Congrats, Tug Life. We're moving on to pick number 2. Pick number 2 belongs to King Poopy. Knew this was coming. I may or may not have gotten a heads up on this, okay? For the rest of this evening, we are going to be announcing the second slot owned by King Poopy. King Poopy's pick is in. He is going with the Elite Usman. The Elite Usman. Serial number 35. Congrats to King Poopy. Pick 3 belongs to Elf Kev. I'll be saying a lot of King Poopy tonight. Pick 3 belongs to Elf Kev. Elf Kev, you are on the board, my friend. Good luck. Elf Kev is on the board with the 3rd pick. Guys, again, a reminder, there is auto pick and auto draft credentials, or I should say criteria. We've covered those in detail. The auto draft criteria will kick in. Excuse me. Correction. We are going back to King Poopy's pick. There has been a update to King Poopy's pick. Not an update, a correction. King Poopy has picked with the 2nd pick Umar Nurmagomedov. Okay, Umar Nurmagomedov, the legendary Umar Nurmagomedov card. So congrats, King Poopy. I feel like the team did that on purpose, so we had to come back to King Poopy. Just saying. All right, pick 3 on the board. Elf Kev, you are up. Elf Kev is on the board. We are going. Elf Kev is taking the legendary Rafael Dos Anjos. Legendary Rafael Dos Anjos. Congrats to Elf Kev. Pick 4. You are on the board. Steve L008. Good to see you again, my friend. Steve L008 is on the board with pick number 4. You are on the clock, my friend. On the clock, Steve L008. I want to talk about men's pound for pound ranks, which I love. Men's pound for pound rankings, which we didn't cover last week as we wait for Steve L's pick. Volkanovski comes in at number 1 and Makhachev comes in at number 2, which just, again, reiterates how insane this upcoming UFC event is. Leon Edwards coming in at number 3 with a 20-3 record. You have Usman coming in at tied for 3rd, with a 20-2 record. Izzy Adesanya, Stylebender, coming in at 5 with a 23-1 record. Alex Pereira, 7-1 overall, still young in his UFC career. At 6, Aljamain Sterling at 7, 22-3. Charles Oliveira, 33-9-1 at 8. Brandon Moreno coming in at 9, 21-6-2. And then Yuri Prochaska, 29-3-1 at 10. Steve L, I still have on the clock, team. Are we going to an auto pick? Guys, let's hit the pause button real quick. We are working through a pick adjustment on the back end, it looks like. Yeah, team, if you could just give me a breakdown of what's been picked, that would be great. All right, so the pick 3 was the legendary Rafael Dos Anjos. Pick 4 is the elite Kamaru Usman. Perfect. Pick 5, here we go. Pick 5, Geek, you are on the clock. We are cleared up. Everything is caught up here, guys. Pick 5 is on the clock. Geek, let's do it. Pick 5 is on the clock. Pick 5 is an auto pick. Irene Aldana. The elite Irene Aldana is going to Geek. Pick 6 on the clock. Teddu. Teddu. You are on the clock, Teddu. Pick 6. Let's do it. Pick 6, Teddu. You are on the clock. Making an adjustment here. Pick 6, Teddu. You're on the clock. Pick 6 is in. The elite Dricius Duplessis. Duplessis Elite is going to 6. Pick 7, you are on the clock. MJC08BC. MJC08BC is on the clock at pick 6. Pick 6 is, pick 7, I should say. Pick 7 is the elite Stephen Thompson going to MJC. The elite Stephen Thompson. We move on to pick 8, Stanley DK. Stanley DK. Guys, a quick heads up also. February 18th is our next UFC fight night. Let's do it. February 18th, the UFC fight night. Aaron Blanchfield versus Tyler Santos. Philip Lins versus Ovince St. Preux. There's actually some solid fights coming up on that UFC fight night. So keep an eye out. I'll get to those in more detail shortly. But that is worth keeping an eye on. Pick 8 is in. The elite Said Nurmagomedov is going to Stanley DK. We got a 4-pick DN Walker train coming, guys. DN Walker has a 4-pick back-to-back spread here. Pick 9, DN Walker 1, your first of 4. Let's rock and roll, buddy. Let's rock and roll. All right, DN Walker, time to rock. I see your picks being loaded. Here we go. All remaining elites are going to DN Walker. All remaining elites are going to DN Walker. That looks like the elite Marlon Vera, the elite Sergey Spivak, the elite Andre Muniz, and the elite Tom Aspinall. Not a bad little run there. All right, pick 13 on the board. Stanley DK, you are back on the clock. Let's go, my friend. Stanley DK on the clock. Stanley DK comes in with another auto pick. The rare Charles Oliveira. Rare Charles Oliveira, per our criteria, off the board to Stanley DK. And we come back in at pick 14 with MJC08BC. MJC08BC. MJC goes with the rare Marina Rodriguez. I've actually met Marina. She is awesome. Marina Rodriguez, the rare Marina Rodriguez goes to MJC. And we are back up with pick 15. Teddu, T-E-D-D-U. You are on the clock. Let's do it. Teddu is on the clock. Pick 15 comes in. The pick is in. Rare Jake Hadley going to Teddu. Pick 16 on the clock. Geek, you are up. Geek is up. Looks like we have a pick in for Geek at slot 16. That is going to be an auto pick. The rare Dominic Cruz coming back down to pick 17. Steve L008. You are on the clock, my friend. Steve L, pick is in. Slot 22, the rare Ignacio Bahamondes. One of my favorite names to say, Bahamondes. Steve L has the Bahamondes. All right. Pick 18 on the clock. Elf Kev, you are up, bud. You are up. Crowd favorite on the board next. However, Elf Kev's pick is in. The rare Muhammad Usman is off the board to Elf Kev. And here we go. Pick 19, King Poopy. King Poopy on the board. Here we go, buddy. Pick 19. Let's do it. I'm not going to get sick of that. Promise you right now. There it is. Here we go. Pick 18 for King Poopy. Excuse me. Pick 19 for King Poopy is the rare Dricius Duplessis for King Poopy. Pick 20 is on the board. Tug Life 2. 20 on the board. Here we go. Excuse me. Pick 21, Tug Life. Pick 21 is Tug Life 2. Pick 20, of course. Well, you know, 20 and 21 to Tug Life. First up, the rare Jeff Neal. And then for Tug Life's back-to-back pick, the rare Macy Barber. So we go rare Jeff Neal, rare Macy Barber, Tug Life, Tug Life. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Not correct. Pause. Team, pause. Everybody pause. Everybody put your hands up. I want to see everybody's hands off the keyboard. Okay? Everybody's hands off the keyboard, please. Immediately. Pause. Okay, we are confirmed correct. We're good? Hands back on the keyboard. Thank you very much. Here we go. The man, the myth, the legend is on the clock. Pick 22, King Poopy. I feel like I need some sort of like a sound effect. Obviously, immediately after saying that, you know, some sort of a toilet sound of some sort. We probably don't want a sound effect. No sound effects there. Okay, King Poopy, rare Jocelyn Edwards. It is yours. The rare Jocelyn Edwards goes to King Poopy. Pick 23 going to Elf Kev. Let's rock. We're moving, folks. We're moving. Elf Kev going with the rare Chris Duncan. Rare Chris Duncan going to Elf Kev. Next up, Pick 24, Steve L. Steve L. 008. My man, let's go. My man. All right, Steve L. 008 taking the rare Mateus Mendonca. Mateus Mendonca going to Steve L. Pick 25 going to Geek. We are on to just cores left, folks, in the home stretch. On the home stretch. Let's do it. Geek. Looks like Geek's pick is in. We're going with the Alex Pereira. Core Alex Pereira. Pick 26. Tedu, you are up. Tedu is up. Yes, thank you. I'm getting comments on the pronunciation. That is how you say the name. Alex Pereira. Pereira. I'll try this one too. There you go. Here we go. Tedu, core, Arman Sarukian. Arman Sarukian. Pick 27's up. MJC 08BC. BC. MJC 08BC is taking the core Menon Firat. The core Menon Firat. We're on to pick 28. Stanley DK. Stanley DK. Stanley DK is on the clock. I still can't get over this matchup. Makhachev and Volkanovski. I mean, what on earth? All right, Stanley DK pick is in. Core Jack Shore. And the 4-pick back-to-back train with DN Walker is incoming. 4 picks in a row, biting off a big chunk of what we have left, folks. Keep an eye on DN Walker. He's got something up his sleeve. I can taste it. Maybe I can just taste King Poopy. Maybe that's what that smell is. Is that what that smell is? King Poopy. All right, let's talk about Yair Rodriguez and Josh Emmett. So regardless of what Volkanovski does in his fight, he is still going to be the champ despite Yair Rodriguez and Josh Emmett facing off for interim featherweight titles in the co-main event. So whoever wins this is going to be ranked number 1 and the next challenger to Volkanovski, which is very interesting. So Yair Rodriguez, Josh Emmett is going to lead to a fight with Volkanovski. Not sure I want to be that guy. But hey, if you win, you're fighting Volkanovski. 2 different fighting styles here, guys. Rodriguez is a big kicker. A lot of movement, a lot of creativity. And Emmett is a wrestler. He's trying to go down and likes to hit hard. He wants either the knockout or he wants to take it to the ground. 2 different styles. Like I said, Yair Rodriguez, the favorite. Josh Emmett, the underdog. I still believe Emmett lost to Cater, but we'll see. All right, guys. 4-pick train from DN Walker is in. The core Max Holloway, the core Tai Tuivasa, the core Alexander Rakic, and the core Robert Whittaker off the board. Stanley DK, you're up. Just like that. Nice and efficient. Stanley DK coming in hot. Coming in hot. Yeah, guys, I don't know if anybody remembers that Emmett Cater fight, but it didn't feel like it was the right decision. All right, here we go. Stanley DK pick is in. The core Norma Dumont is off the board to Stanley DK. Pick 34, MJC 08BC. MJC08BC. MJC08BC. And then if we look at Jack Della Maddalena and Randy Brown, these guys are both trying to climb welterweight ranks. They may not crack top 15 with a win, but they could get a ranked match in their next bout. And Australia is a home fighter here. He is from Australia. MJC08BC is in. Core Darren Till. The core Darren Till comes in for MJC08BC. Tedu, you are up. Pick 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left, folks. 6 cards left. Stick with me. Everybody, wake up. Stick with me. 6 cards left. Oh, boy. What's brown and sticky? A stick. Okay. Oh, boy. I just got that joke sent to me by Daylight Cat. What's brown and sticky? A stick. Very good. Very good. All right. Pick is in for Tedu Core. Sean Strickland. We're up to pick 36 with Geek. Pick 36. And we have another pick in. Auto pick. The Bilal Muhammad is going to Geek. Pick 37. Steve L. Pick 37. Anybody else have a long day today? Not that I can see you communicating with me, but I feel like I'm just going to talk to you. Does anybody else have a long day today? My goodness. Whew. All right, core. Sergey Morozov in for Steve L. Elf Kev, you're up with pick 38. Pick 38. Core Johnny Walker going to Elf Kev in the 38 spot. And for the final time, pick 39 in your programs, but number 1 in your heart, King Poopy. Thank you so much for dropping in. Thank you. I'll give the credit to Daylight Cat on that. Thank you very much. All right, there it is. The core Jan Zonan is going to King Poopy. And our final pick, Tug Life 2, taking the Alexander Rakic. Folks, that is our break. Thank you all for being part of it. Thank you all for grabbing your tickets. Thank you all for hanging out. Hopefully some of you have spots in the upcoming break, either this next one right now or the other one coming up later tonight. With that said, we might as well break open some more packs. Let's get into our second break of the evening. I don't even want to waste time. I don't want to talk about anything other than opening the packs. Let's go. Let's do it. Where we at, folks? Look at that. Team is right on it. It's like this. It's like this, folks. All right, we got a rare and 4 core. Let's go right to left. Paulo Costa, best name in the game. Dan Ige, Jalen Turner, Macy Chason, and Amanda Lemos, rare. Next pack, just like that. 5 cores, right to left. Rosa Pavlovich, Nurmagomedov, Josh Emmett, and Rose Namajunas. Thug Rose has made an appearance finally. Here we go, Elite. We got a nice little Elite sneak up on us. Zahabi, Tuivasa, Jimmy Crute, Dan Ige, and Jourdain. All right, 3 rares. Ooh, I like that. That's a solid pack. Lazez, Raquel Pennington, Patterson, Pavlovich, and Viana. All right, first premium. Here we go, folks. Stick with me. 2 elite, 3 rare. Holly Holm, Michael Chesa, Nurmagomedov, we've seen him a lot tonight. Henry and Grasso. Next up, 5 rare. Whoa. Lins, Pereira, Michael Pereira, Pena, Yadong, Song Yadong, and Ducote. I hated that pack. I'm with all of you. I agree. I hated that pack. Did not like that pack. Here we go. A little bit better. 4 rare and an elite. A Darren Till, a Devison Figueredo, Matty Schnell, Thug Rose elite like that. And a Thug Rose rare, Philip Rowe elite. I apologize. Last pack. Come on, folks. We need some mojo. Little bit of mojo. Last pack mojo here. Here we go. All right. Now we're talking. We have a Reignmaker. Finally. Everybody, buckle your seatbelts. If this is a superstar, if this is a big fighter, I'm going to lose it, okay? Right to left. Let's go. Rare on the right, Reignmaker on the left. It is time. McKenna, Allen, Dvalishvili are elite. Smith, pause, okay? I feel like we need Bruce Buffer. I feel like I need Bruce Buffer. It's time. I'm not going to do it because I'll start bleeding at the throat. He's the only person that can do it, but just picture him saying it. Here we go. Reignmaker time. Boom. Tom Aspinall. Reignmaker. Beautiful card. Whew. I freaked out a little bit. I saw ink on the chest. I got excited. I don't want to say who I thought it was. If you're in Discord and you felt the same way, say it out loud. I don't know why my eyes caught the chest first before I saw the name and the head. Last name starts with an M. But hey, Tom Aspinall, Reignmaker, we will take it. Team is going to go build that list. Again, do not worry. We go through these quickly to keep them fast and furious. The team builds our list. We'll get it on the screen as you just saw in the previous break. You guys will be able to follow the draft as we go. We'll announce picks. We'll announce who's up on the order. What I will ask is that everybody stay present and stay with me, because the more you stay with me and the more present you are, the quicker these drafts and the more seamless these drafts will move. Okay? With that said, I do want to talk through some of these divisions and some of these rankings, okay? Because some of them have caught me by, not surprise, but just continue to perplex me. So let's go to, first off, I'm going to re-talk through the men's pound-for-pound leaders. These are your pound-for-pound rankings, so the best fighters in the world. Volkanovski and Makhachev are 1 and 2 respectively. That is your UFC event coming up, your UFC headline event coming up. 25-1 and 23-1. Ridiculous matchup. Unspeakable matchup. Unfathomable matchup. Ridiculous. We've got Leon Edwards in the 3 slot. He is 20-3. You've got Kamaru Usman at 20-2 in the 3, tied for 3rd. Izzy Adesanya, Stylebender in the 5 slot, 23-1. 6 is Alex Pereira, 7-1. You've got Aljamain Sterling in the 7 slot at 22-3. In the 8 slot, you've got Charles Oliveira at 33-9-1. In the 9 slot, Brandon Moreno, 21-6-2. At 10, you've got Yuri Prochaska, 29-3-1, who I think is finally getting healthy. You've got John Bones Jones in the 11 slot, 26-1-1, still doing it, still doing his thing. Dustin Poirier, 28-7-1 in the 12 slot. Jamal Hill in the 13 slot, 12-1. Robert Whittaker at 14, who's 25-6. And finally, at 15, you've got Devison Figueredo at 21-2-1. Flyweight. Let's talk flyweight. Your champion right now, Brandon Moreno, who we just talked about in the pound-for-pound rankings. The number 1 ranked flyweight, Devison Figueredo. Alexander Pantoja is your 2 fighter. Number 3, Kai Kara France at 24-10. 10 losses is pretty gnarly to be that high. Brandon Royval in the 4 slot, 12-5, and Matthias Nicolau, 16-3. Going to featherweight, your champion, of course, Alexander Volkanovski. In the 1 slot underneath the champion, you've got Max Holloway, 23-6. Yair Rodriguez at 14-3 is in the 2 slot. The 3rd ranked fighter in the featherweight division is Brian Ortega at 15-3. Arnold Allen is at 18-1. Josh Emmett, 18-2. Chan Sung Young at 17-7. And the reason I went down to 7 is my man Calvin Kattar in the 7 hole. I'm going to try to get Calvin onto one of these breaks for us, either him or Rob Font. That's what I'm going to promise to you folks. We're going to try to get either Calvin or Rob Font, maybe even Jared Gordon, into one of these pack break events for you guys. But Calvin Kattar, 23-6 in the 7 hole. He is out in Vegas still rehabbing that leg injury that he took on in his last fight, which brutal. Hated to see it. Lightweight, guys. Islam Makhachev, of course, is your champion. You got a 23-1 record there, which we've talked about. In the 1 slot, Charles Oliveira, 31-8. You've got Dustin Poirier in the 2 slot at 26-6. Justin Gaethje at 23-2 in the 3 hole. Beneil Dariush at 21-4-1. You've got Michael Chandler in the 5 hole at 22-6. Moving on to light heavyweight. Your champ, Jamahal Hill, 12-1. Yuri Prochaska sits in the 1 slot behind Jamahal Hill. He's probably the most dangerous fighter in this division if I had to pick one. Magomed Ankalaev at 18-1-1. Jan Blachowicz, 29-9-1. Alexander Rakic at 14-3. And Anthony Smith at 36-17-0 is your 5th ranked light heavyweight fighter. Your heavyweights. Currently, as you guys are aware, hopefully no champion. 1 slot, your number 1 ranked heavyweight fighter in UFC, Cyril Gane, 11-1. Then you've got Stipe Miocic, 20-4. You've got Sergey Pavlovich at 16-1. Curtis Blades in the 4 hole at 14-3. And Tai Tuivasa in the 5 hole at 15-4. All right. Okay. Everybody caught up with me? I like going through those. I don't know why. I enjoy that. I enjoy knowing kind of where everybody stands. See if any of these guys stand out to me that are below the 5 slot. Obviously, in pound for pound, everybody stands out. In flyweight, Matty Schnell at 15-6. I like him as a fighter. I also like Amir Albazi at 16-1. He's the 7th ranked flyweight. At featherweight, we talked about Calvin in the 7 hole, but even going beyond Calvin, Giga Chikadze, who Calvin beat, is 14-3 in the 8th hole. You've got Islam Makhachev, of course, your champion in lightweight, but if you go below 5, Rafael Dos Anjos is a solid fighter. Dan Hooker's a good fighter. Those are a couple of guys that stick out to me. Then you've got your light heavyweight division. If I go past Anthony Smith at 5, Ryan Spahn is a good fighter, and Dominic Reyes is somebody that I would keep an eye on there for sure. On the heavyweight division, of course, no champion, but you go past Tai Tuivasa. You've got Alexander Volkov, of course, guys, and Yair Rozenstruik. He's an impressive fighter at 13-4. He can bring it too. All right, we got our list, guys. We've got our list. It is on the screen. I'm going to shut up for half a second, and then we're going to get into it. Who's our first pick? Here we go. 3-pick train to start us off. Pick 1, 2, and 3 belonging to MRAD0815. MRAD, welcome. Good to see you. How you doing? Let's do it. Pick 1, pick 2, and pick 3. It looks like we're going Reignmaker, Tom Aspinall, pick number 1. Congrats on a Reignmaker, Tom Aspinall. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Tom Aspinall right now the 6th ranked heavyweight fighter in the UFC. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, next up, the Elite Victor Henry. Elite Victor Henry off the board. And what's our 3rd pick of MRAD's back-to-back going to be? It looks like it's going to be a Charles Jourdain. Charles Jourdain. Next up, pick 4, White Tea Poison. White Tea Poison is up with the 4th pick. Pick is in. White Tea Poison's taking the Philip Rowe. And then we move on to pick 5, guys. Digital Fog is our 5th pick. Digital Fog is on the clock. On the clock. Let's go. Digital Fog's pick is in. The Anthony Smith Elite. I'll take that. Anthony Smith Elite. Grab. Nice grab. Pick 6, Verbal Kent. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Daylight Cat is telling me, folks, for those of you in the Discord, he is telling me that he misses King Poopy. You guys are going to have to edit your usernames, all right? I'm going to have you to, you're going to have to email support, and I'm going to need you to come up with usernames that create a much more challenging environment for me as your host, okay? That's your challenge for the week. All right, Alexa Grasso Elite is off the board to Verbal King. Pick 7 is up, Mr. Point Man. Mr. Point Man. Rare, Umar, and Magomedov going to Mr. Point Man. Pick 8 up, Lee B10. Good to see you again, my friend, Lee B10. I have a tremendous memory. Just, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I see your usernames and I immediately remember them. I remember the experiences that we've had together. It's very touching. Very touching. How could you forget someone like Rare Poopy? Here we go. Levy 10, Rare Devison Figueiredo. Pick 9 on the board, Stanley DK. Stanley DK on the clock. And guys, while we do this, shout out to the entire Marketplace team, Mr. Aggie, Daylight Cat, the whole crew that helps me put together notes and our show materials and our plan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. Stanley DK pick is in. The Rare Sergei Pavlovic. And then we have 10 and 11 back-to-back. Dave Sturp, back-to-back, 10 and 11. No big deal. See, snake draft, guys. Last pick isn't the worst pick. Back-to-back. Dave Sturp, back-to-back, 10 and 11. Guys, again, we do have auto pick criteria that will be triggered if the shot clock is exceeded, and it looks like we have triggered our auto pick clock. Pick 10, Rare, Juliana Pena to Dave Sturp. Pick 11, Rare, Michael Chiesa. Pick 12 coming up to Stanley DK. Good luck, my friend. Hopefully you get what you want. Still a handful of cards that I really like on the table. There you go. Stanley DK, Rare. Poliana Viana. Pick 13 going up. Lee B10. Lee B10. I suppose it could be Lieb. I don't think it's Lieb. I think it's Lee B10. I think that's what I'm going to go with. And if it's not, I apologize, but that's what I'm going with. That's what I feel in my heart, in my gut. That's what I feel. All right, Lee B10 is up. Auto pick, Rare, Rose, Namayuna, Stug Rose, off the board. Pick 14, Mr. Point Man. You are up. Mr. Point Man, just for some reason to me, sounds like some sort of a song, like a rock song. It's like a take on Mr. Brightside. That's what came to mind when I saw your name for the first time. Thank you, Daylight. Yes, I agree. All right, here we go, Mr. Point Man. Your pick is in. Rare Philippe Lins. Pick 15, Verbal Kent. You are up. Verbal Kint taking the rare Sam Patterson. We're up to 16. Pick 16. Digital Fog, you're back on the clock, my friend. Back on the clock. Now I have Mr. Brightside in my head. Now I've got a problem. Song stuck in my head. Not good. Not good. All right, Digital Fog taking the core, Jimmy Crute. Core, Jimmy Crute, pick 17 on the clock. White Tea Poison. White Tea Poison. The rare Arnold Allen goes to White Tea Poison at 17 overall, and we are on to pick 18. 18 belongs to, of course it does, 6 pick train. 6 picks, folks. Emrad 0815 is going to grace us with 6 straight picks. Daylight Cat is typing clips of Mr. Brightside lyrics and making this so much worse for me. Here we go. Rare Merab Dvalishvili. Rare Song Yadong. Rare Michael Pereira. Actually, I'm saying rare Michael Pereira, not Alex Pereira. Rare Michael Pereira. Thank you. So he has gone so far for his first 3 picks. Rare Merab Dvalishvili, rare Song Yadong, and rare Michael Pereira. And then his 4th pick, rare Emily Ducote. 5th pick, Matt Schnell, rare. Finally, 6th pick. What's it gonna be? A rare Amanda Lemos. Very nice. Pick 24, you're back. White Tea Poison. White Tea Poison, you are back on the clock, my friend. Back on the clock, Mr. White Tea Poison. Rare Holly Holm to White Tea Poison. We're to pick 25 already, guys. Digital Fog, you're on the clock, my friend. Here we go. Rare Corey McKenna. We're moving, folks. We're moving. I love it. Picks 26. Verbal Kent, you're on the clock. Look at this. Everybody's just here, firing off picks. Fire engaged. Engaged. I love this. All right, here we go. Verbal Kent is going to take the Darren Till rare. That has an auto pick, folks. Auto pick. 27, Mr. Point Man, not to be confused with Mr. Brightside. Not sure how you'd confuse that, but I somehow did, and now it's stuck in my head. 27, Mr. Point Man on the clock. And I'm still getting clips from Daylight Cat. And I've been doing just fine. All right, core. Jalen Turner is going to Mr. Point Man. Pick 28 on the board. Leby 10. Come on, baby. Auto, core, Rose Namajunas. Pick 29, Stanley DK. You are up. I was coming out of my cage. It's in my head, guys. This is a problem. Stanley DK is on the clock. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Guys, as another reminder, we mentioned this earlier, there is a portfolio gated contest upcoming for UFC 284. To enter that, there are some requirements. I'll pause there for a second. 29 is in. Stanley DK has the Umar Nurmagomedov. 30 and 31 are back-to-back with Dave Sturp. To get into that contest, you are going to only be able to use Genesis cards from standard, premium, add-ons, or even from secondary. But you are going to need 15 or more of those Genesis lightweight fighter cards. So you are going to need 15 or more Genesis lightweight fighter cards. However, they can be dupes. You can have 2 of a fighter. You can have 5 of a fighter, what have you. I'll get to the other requirements momentarily. 30 and 31. 30 is in. It is the core Josh Emmett. That is the first of Dave Sturp's back-to-backs. And then, guys, going back to those requirements, there is any rarity, any addition, any tier, no requirements around that. It is, however, a single entry contest. You can only enter one time. First place is going to get that insane VIP package around UFC 286 in London. Back to Dave Sturp. He went back-to-back again, guys. 30 was that core Josh Emmett. 31 is in. It is going to be the core Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa. We oftentimes get people mistake us for one another, you know, between the abs and the pecs and the traps and the deltoids, and of course the last name. But, you know, we oftentimes get confused. That's all I'll say. Okay, Stanley DK is back on the board at 32. The Raquel Pennington is going to Stanley DK. Pick 33. Libby 10, and you are taking the core Dan Ige. Pick 34, Mr. Point Man, you are back up. Let's go. I want to talk more about this VIP package, guys, for this gated contest. I want to talk about this VIP. In the meantime, Mr. Point Man is taking the Sergey Pavlovich. We're back to 35 with Verbal Kint. Pick 35, Verbal Kint. First place in this gated contest gets a VIP package for UFC 286 going to UFC London at the O2 Arena. What on earth? I'm going to walk you guys through this one more time. Verbal Kint is in. Core Macy Chason. Core Macy Chason. Pick 36, Digital Fog. Okay. Exclusive access to UFC 286. Reserved seating at weigh-ins and weigh-in meet and greet opportunities as well. You're going to get a private VIP entrance at the O2 Arena, 2-section A1 row seat tickets to UFC 286, in-venue hospitality with fighter appearances. Pause. Digital Fog's pick is in. Core Carol Rosa. Pick 37 is up. White Tea Poison. You are going to get a Friday night post-weigh-in VIP party, exclusive UFC VIP lanyards, and commemorative credentials. Pause. White Tea Poison's pick is in. Iman Zahabi. You are getting post-fight octagon experiences, $10,000 in travel credit. Holy smokes. Ridiculous. All right, here we go. What's left? MRAD 0815 gets what's left. The last 3 picks are going to MRAD. That is the Dan Ige, of course, the Tai Tuivasa, and the Munir Lazzez. Wow. All right, guys. Thank you guys again so much. That is the break. Congrats to those of you that got cards that you were looking for. Congrats to you that got cards that you may not have expected to get. We did have a Reignmaker in this break. Pretty incredible. We're back tonight for more action. We are back tonight for more action. I'm going to be back with you guys at 6 p.m. Eastern for another 2 breaks. If you're in, amazing. You better be there. If you're not, please join us to hang out and have some fun and see if we pull anything huge. Again, guys, thank you so much. My name is Chris Costa. I am your host. We're going to do more of these as the season goes on. We're going to do more of these. We're going to hopefully have some guests, and we're going to hopefully pull some monsters. UFC Reignmakers, pack breaks, baby. We'll see you tonight.